Boy. Oh, goodness gracious, a horse archer. Alright, so that's a huge pain, because now I don't have the confidence to actually, like, move my slinger out there to attack, because he's gonna get bodied by the horseman. The horseman's got 23 melee strength. This slinger has 5. It will get destroyed. Oh, this is a nice shady spot here. It's got all this wine. That's pretty. Alright, well. Keep exploring. And hopefully don't get destroyed by barbarians in this. I mean, I don't want to have such a negative first impression for my Let's Play, but provided if I get conquered by barbarians, I'm probably gonna, you know, not upload the video anyway and just start another recording, but we won't talk about that. Hopefully, though, since I could move this slinger, not scout, to take their camp, they'll move one of their units back into the camp, right? Or they could just, like, use zone of control and, like, destroy my slinger in one turn, absolutely negating all of the work that I put in to actually build it, and making me wish that I had built another slinger, which is what I'm gonna do. Because stupid freaking horsemen, like, it's not fun. This is dumb and obnoxious, and I hate it. And can I at least kill? I can at least kill this thing with my rocks. All right, I'm gonna throw in gosh darn it! This sucks. Hate freaking barbarian mounted units. Who thought this was fun? Buenos Aires. They want me to send them a trade route, but they're too far away for me to be able to conceivably do that for a while. Stupid barbarians. Alright, well, because I'm Alpine, I can move on this hill even though I only have 1 movement average. Oh boy, look, that's nice. Does that make me feel better about my, Does that make me feel better about that barbarian horseman? No, it doesn't. But does it make me feel a little bit better in general? Yes, it does. Brazil would like to declare their friendship. I didn't mention this before, but, the AI when the game originally came out, the AI would declare war on you in the first, like, 8 turns of the games constantly. Now, you could really easily peace out there, right? You could really easily have peace and, you know, in that conflict, but they would attack you really early on. In this game, though, they seem to be, well, not in this game, but after a recent patch, they're actually extremely amicable instead. They just always seem to, well, I'm gonna go with Tortoise, because, this thing has range attack. They always declare friendship with you super early on. And so, that's a bit jarring of a comparison for people who played the first game before that. Not the first game, but this game before the patch. This is confusing me. Freaking patches, you know. Back in the day, they didn't have patches, okay? You got the expansion pack or you had the vanilla version, and you didn't have to worry about remembering whether or not this was, like, the first game or the third game and, like, the different... No, because there was no patches to confuse your tiny little brain. Not that my brain's very tiny, but it can be a little scattered sometimes, especially not when I have to keep track of all these patches and games and rocks and all that, alright? Just look at all these stone resources, and look at these barbarians, look at these crabs. I can't keep all of these resources in my head clear at the same time without, you know, oh. That's strange. I did pretty well against that horseman. Pretty well. Better than I would have expected. I could actually kill either of these. I guess I'll kill this one just because I'm going to lose less health in the process. And I can, if it runs, and it can't run away and hurt me still. I don't have the builder that I'd like right now. What tech to go for? I could put turns into archery. I'm actually going to go ahead and work on the wheel a little bit. Because, you know, I'm going to want that so I can spam heavy chariot, so I can upgrade them all into Mamluks, and then I can go murder, I guess, France, Amsterdam. I don't know what I'm going to murder with them, but I'll murder something. I'll think of something to do. I got 20 faith. That's going to get me a Pantheon, and so I'll probably be able to switch out a God King next turn if that's the case, which would be nice, actually. And Gilgamesh has completed a wonder. She's explaining wonders. Alright, so, yeah. This little icon here means we have a Pantheon, so I'm going to go trade out God King for Urban Planning, Civic, that I think is much better. Yeah. So, yeah. Wonders are like a thing you can build, right? They're kind of like a district in that it has a place on the map. right? Districts are like a sort of a section of the map you set out, you specify is for buildings of a certain type. There's a district for science buildings, which we unlocked from writing. And there's a district for culture buildings and for production buildings and all that. Now, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, wonders, like districts, you have to set them out on the map, but while districts get bonuses from the terrain around them, wonders require certain terrain to be built, and they give you really, really powerful bonuses. I mean, I say really, really powerful, but to be honest, wonders are actually pretty underpowered in this game. So yeah. We get to choose a pantheon. We have lots of options for that. You can read through the list if you'd like by pausing it and, you know, all that good stuff. Now, I'm tempted to go with, stone circles, right? Because I have all this stone that I can build quarries on, and then, you know, I'd be doing well with that because, I mean, yeah, because I'd have a lot of faith and I could buy my worship building, but that's going to be super cheap anyway. I'm going to need to build holy sites to afford them anyway, and by the time I actually have that, I'll have generated enough faith to buy it anyway without really worrying about the stone helping me out with the quarries. So, we're going to look for something else instead. We could get a production towards ancient and classical era wonders. That's not a super safe investment, I think, unless you start off with the desert, because the wonders that require desert to be built on, I think, are a pretty secure bet at this difficulty level. I don't think we have enough marsh to justify going for this one. I guess if you had a lot of floodplains, it'd be good, though. Later, the Martian Reach is what I'm talking about. God of the Open Sky seems like it might be the best because we have some pastures, and culture production is, as I mentioned, really low at this point in the game, so it might be useful to be able to get culture from those pastures. But these two seem like they might be interesting. I like these two, so let's see about them. +1 food from wine, incense, cocoa, tobacco, coffee, and tea plantations. Oh, so you have to get the plantation text, I see. Orchards, +1 culture from bananas, citrus, cotton, dyes, silk, spices, and sugar plantations. Well, we do have incense up here, but we don't actually have a city up there to realize it yet. And, you know, 1 food is nice, but it's not so nice, especially not when you need to actually bother putting down the plantation. Food from camps. We got a lot of truffles over here, which these little piggies on the icon dig up. But again, and just look at all these rocks, I swear. Just rocks are everywhere in this game. Yeah, so no, I don't think we're going to worry too terribly much about that. You know, there aren't pantheons that are quite as powerful as Civ 5, where you had stuff like God of the Sun, which was 1 food on every, like, citrus and wheat tile. And wheat was citrus, wheat, and banana. And wheat and banana were, like, not only common, but good anyway, and food was super useful in that game, as compared to this game, where, as I mentioned, production is generally better. Divine Spark is another good one, because this gives you, you know, every campus you make is going to give you an extra great scientist point, in essence, and that's actually pretty nice, because we have 20 campuses, 20 extra great scientist points, and 20 campuses is reasonable for late game after you've conquered a lot of people. You know, that's a good number of great scientist points. Despite all of that, I think we're going to go with God of the Open Sky, just because that little extra culture is going to be nice for getting towards theology and building our madrasas and being able to use the power of our madrasas to move through the tech tree a little better, so we can maintain our edge after we use all of our infrastructure, not to develop our scientific capabilities, but to build Mamluks for the sake of murdering our enemies. And we're going to not bother with that there, Spearman. I don't think that sounds like a very safe investment of our time. Anyway, we're gonna leave this horseman here for now. You might be wondering, what are you doing leaving that horseman there? Well, I'm gonna try and murder it with that slinger, so I'm gonna not murder it yet with anything else. Not that I could. I guess I can move the warrior over and murder it, but you know, I'm not looking to live that sort of life right now. If that horseman is content to stay there and wait for me to throw rocks at it, I am in agreement with its decision. Oh, look, another wonder has been built. Hanging Gardens. Oh my goodness, Scout. Stinking Scout. And I didn't want to select the city icon, I want to select the slinger. Please murder that. Just kill it. I hope this thing doesn't attack the city and die, because that would be so. Slinger. Please kill it. I'm gonna move my warrior out of the way so it doesn't attack the warrior. We're gonna go back to building a builder because that's important to have. Oh, look at all of these barbarians. How beautiful. It's not very beautiful, it's kind of irritating. I'm in a salty mood because of all those horsemen still. I am not happy about having all those horsemen and having them kill my first slinger and just generally making things more painful and not dying when I threw it. It's just they could have at least had the common decency to get murdered by those rocks so I could have gotten the inspiration easy. And just, the whole thing is not very pleasant. Probably going to build a second city up here so I can maybe mine that copper, trigger the inspiration for wheel, and move forward a little faster with my life. Alright, come on. Kill it. Kill it. Click it. Probably because the city banner is in the way that's messing it up. But we finally got the inspiration for archery. Thank goodness. Yeah, I'm not gonna go build an archer right away though, or research archery right away, because I want to be able to, you know, I don't know what I want to be able to do. I guess it's because I want to be able to maybe build another slinger to upgrade. And gosh darn it, barbarians everywhere. Let's run away. Let's run away, indeed. Not that I have a ton of places I can go, because the French have fortified their borders. And, you know, there's mountains and hills and barbarians everywhere. Alright, I've met 3 city-states with inspiration for political philosophy. That's one of the most important civics to get, because it unlocks new governments with new policy slots. Ah, look at Teddy Roosevelt. You know, one of my personal favorite presidents, actually. I'm quite fond of Teddy Roosevelt, you know. I mean, as with all great people in history, and by say great people, I mean famous people that we regard as great, he had a good number of problems with him, like, you know, maybe starting a war for his own amusement. And wow, Uruk is low on health. Is someone gonna conquer them? Yeah, but I like him, just, you know, more than I do, I would suppose, the majority of individuals who are considered great people in history. And, the scout, they're actually being fairly intelligent about forcing my scout into a position by using this scout to force it, force its zone of control. Yeah. Could I actually move and attack this? I could. Oh, I have more moves. Oh, no. No, I can't. Despite the fact that I have more movement, it says I can do it. Zone of control is stopping me, so I'm gonna not worry about it. Zone of control is basically that if you're adjacent to multiple enemy units, you can only move one tile, and it sucks, but, you know. Or I don't know if it's like it just increases movement cost, but yeah, it's not nice, and I don't like having to deal with it, especially because it never seems that I'm ever being able to use it to bother people. But I guess that's just the world for you. I'm gonna explore around in case we decide to conquer Brazil first. They have a lot of forest, which might slow down our Mamluks. We might not want to do that, but you know, we might. Who knows? We'll probably want to go for Uruk, just because, not Uruk, but Samaria, just because they're kind of getting their butts kicked anyway. They might be weak pickings, and if someone conquers them, we'll go after them first, because our Mamluks will not be stayed by the threats of our enemies. And this dude is dead. Like he has, like, so few places to go. Can't even move there. Gosh darn it, zone of control. Well, this guy's dead. I don't think there's much we can do about that. I mean, we can pretend like there was, but there really wasn't. Let's send this slinger down to see if there's something we can kill down here, or at least just to prevent more barbarians from spawning in the fog, because barbarians can spawn in the fog. There are a lot of things in this game to keep track of. If you have fog of war, which is dear.
Waterfalls in every direction.
Yaluro, I don't remember what this one does, but it's in the middle of the desert, so tiles still probably aren't very good. Culture and faith to adjacent tiles provides +4 appeal to adjacent tiles instead of the usual +2. That's interesting. But yeah, barbarians can spawn in Fog of War, you know, so if you want to have your units around so barbarians can't spawn out of nowhere and make your day bad. And, you know, there's that AI cordiality showing itself again. Well, we'll take that. Yeah, Where's the fight? Oh, America conquered Europe. What? I thought America's agenda is they didn't like warmongers on their continent. Some area must have had the misfortune of deciding to exist on a different continent than the Americas are on. And we only have Siberia. The world is Siberia, I guess there's... What can you say? Alright, well, we're low on amenities, it seems. There's nothing much I can do about that yet, because I don't have my second city quite yet. But I also want to get a campus down. Unfortunately, there's not really any place I can get adjacency bonuses for it, so I would actually need to, you know, build myself some... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, build buildings in it to get science out of it, right? There's no place that it gets adjacency from. They get adjacency from jungles and mountains. So I don't know if I actually want to place it down or not. Oh yeah, let's go with archery. Touching. We'll go with archery. Oh, we could go with irrigation because they're gonna be using. Oh, no, not archery. Well, I want to probably put an industrial hub here. Maybe a commercial hub here, because commercial hubs get adjacency from being next to a river. And geez, native menus, that's so nice. And I could put my campus here, maybe, or I could save some spots for wonders. Put it here. Gee, I don't think my timer got any quieter, actually. Tune in for the next exciting episode to see if I can decide where I want to put my campus. So yeah, I'll think about that for a moment. And I'll see you guys next episode.